A weird night for Man United fans tonight, boys. Probably happy with elements of the game and the performance, but terrible refereeing, another collapse. KJ, talk to me.
Uefa are a disgrace. They're a disgrace. Drogba said it best. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. That is not a red card. That's a yellow card. If you got a yellow card for that, fair enough, man. Accident. He's trying to shield the ball off from an opposition player. He can't predict that foot being there where he wants to plant his foot. Okay, cool. Yellow card. But he gets a red. Disgraceful. Both penalties were not penalties. Both penalties weren't pens. This handball rule that they have in Europe, in the UEFA competitions, is stupid. Both pens weren't pens. And if we're going to talk about flipping red cards, if you're going to give a red for Marcus Rashford, their centre-back deserved a red for elbowing Højlund in the face. But does that get checked? That don't get checked. The fact that there are players offside on their first goal doesn't get checked. So all these things are the reason why my main frustration is at UEFA's rulings and the ref. Man United, that's a different conversation. Man United were on course to have their best game all season. We controlled the game, scored 2 good goals. Everything was going fine. The frustration with Man United is that when things go against us, no matter what situation it is, we do not keep our heads up. We can't hold it down for like more than 10 minutes. It's frustrating. So those two things put together, my head is just hot. My head is just hot. Because if Copenhagen had a 2-0 lead and they got men sent off in the 40th minute, I guarantee they don't concede 4 goals. They don't concede 4 goals. I don't know what it is about these players, but they can't handle it. And I don't know why. They can't handle it. If I was thinking about this, Terry. If I had my way with Man United, Sergin comes in. I don't flipping care who cares or who comes in. I actually don't care. If these pagans are going to stay, here's what I want. Sell all of them. Sell all of these players. Bring a load of youth in and just become a team that develops youth and sells them on for good money and plays good football. Because what is the point? What is the point of being in the Champions League when we're not going to compete for it? What's the point of even challenging or trying to be in the Premier League to win it if you're not even going to properly try? If you're going to hire the wrong players, you're going to hire the wrong managers to win the league. What's the point? It's just, what's the point of trying to win trophies when these players can't handle pressure and the manager ends up brain farting after a season? So I don't care. I'm not annoyed that we're about to go out because I said it earlier in a couple of shows ago. We need to be out of these competitions because we need to reevaluate what we want to be as a club. But right now, it doesn't matter what we do. When it rains, it pours. We could be good, the ref will screw us. We can be bad, and we're just bad. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter what we do in games. We can't even flip and draw. And I'm just tired, Terry. I'm just tired. I'm tired of what Man United are. So become something new. Become a team that I can enjoy, be excited about our players, and let them be sold on so they can flourish somewhere else, like an Ajax, like a Brighton, like Dortmund.
Like to be honest with you, I'm just happy that we didn't. I'm just happy we didn't throw young Kobe Mainoo into this team tonight because you know what's really interesting when you watch Man United is you watch Rasmus Højlund, and although Monday Night Football was a disgrace the way they ripped into him and tried to make it sound like he's the problem. He's still got 5 goals this season. He's the fastest Man United player in our club's history to get to 5 Champions League goals. The Champions League's a hard competition to play in as well. We just don't create for him, but his whole lot of play, his general play is really good. But if he stays and we don't improve as a football club overall, he'll be burned out. I don't want young Kobe to play. 1, there's ridiculous amounts of pressure on him. And 2, the club will ruin him, even if he's great. Even if he starts off and on match week 1, he's better than Kante and KDB combined. That's sarcasm for rivals, by the way. In a year and a half's time, he'll look like Lee Cattermole because we do that to every single player. It's just the way we are as a football club. And I kind of agree with you. I am angry at the decisions tonight because I've got a genuine crusade this year against refereeing. I thought it was horrendous. But then on top of that, we didn't help ourselves. If we would have stuck in and been resolute, hard to break down, and drew 2-2, maybe just drew 3-3, then I'd have been more focused on them. But that collapsed towards the end of both halves. That's a mentality issue. Because when we kept ourselves together, when we were compact, we were very difficult for them to break down and beat. And then, the brain fart from Delo, that's 2 midweek games running. Maguire and Varane deciding to try and play out from the back when they didn't need to. There's even a moment after we went 3-2 up and Bruno had the ball out wide on the right. Keep the ball. What does he do? Nearly comes off, but he hits the ball long trying to put Garnacho in. Keep the ball for 5 minutes. Take the sting out of their towels. That's when they were going to come and attack. And it's so frustrating watching us make the same mistakes over and over and over again. However, what I'm not going to do is allow my anger towards Man United to let those referees off tonight. And the biggest one for me isn't even the red card, and it isn't even the handballs, which will be the 2 talking points. It's the goddamn offside goal. I know this is a different competition, but the laws are the same. I read them. Jackson was offside Monday night because this is considered impeding the goalkeeper's view. This is considered to not be impeding the goalkeeper's view. That is the biggest piece of corruption that I have seen tonight. And that wasn't even checked or assessed. Not anywhere. And those things need to be called out. And I know rivals won't want to do it this evening because it's Manchester United and it's time for it to be fun. But this is why I told you the media won't talk about it either. Kardashian effect. Because when rivals saw all these decisions going on, they're going, yeah, it's happening to United. And that is why it's all happening in football. Because we enjoy this bullshit too much as a general rule. If we all push back against it and said it was a disgrace, it'd disappear in 2 months. Staffy, talk to me about the United games. Like, what's going through your head? Is it the decisions? Is it the club's team performance, combination of the two?
I'd be disingenuous if I sat here and didn't call out the refereeing decisions, and I don't like to do that. I've said that before. If I ever sit on a stream and talk too much about refereeing decisions, you could call me out for it. But I think we got to make an exception today because I think we absolutely got robbed in that first half. That red card was not a red card. That first goal should have not stood, should have been an offside. That penalty should have not been a penalty because that handball rule, like, how ridiculous is it? When I saw the penalty that we got, I looked at it, I was like, yo, that's not a handball. But if you're going to give the first one, and those are the rules in this competition, you got to give the second one. It was more of tit for tat, but I don't think that neither one of them should have been a penalty, if I'm being honest with you. What an absolute robbery that was. I don't understand how people can come to me and actually argue that Rashford deserves that red card. They're like, it's a dangerous tackle. It wasn't even a tackle. Like, how am I meant to play football if I can't move my feet? People are like, oh, you move your body. What? I'm just going to do like, that dance where it's like, oh, well, left step, right step. Like, where am I supposed to go? If I got to step in front of the ball, I got to move my leg with it. He did not once look at the player coming from behind him. He knows that he's just trying to shield the ball. He puts his foot down. Yes, unfortunately, he steps on his ankle, but that wasn't intentional at all. The fact that there's no intention taking when that VAR review was being made, to me, is just baffling because the referee in real life did not give that. We actually hit him on the counter and we almost scored. So you're telling me if we almost scored that goal that Højlund missed, he would have canceled the goal to go back all the way back to give that foul.
Do you know what's interesting about it as well? When people keep saying it's like Romero, it's like Curtis Jones.
How so is that Curtis Jones?
Yeah, they're saying this. But when you go back and watch all those games, you see players appealing and ref. No one in the Copenhagen team cared it happened
at all.
None of them were saying, ref, did you see what happened? Because everyone that's played football knows he just accidentally 100%. Stood on him.
And that's what I said, Terry. If it was half an inch, if it was half an inch off to the right or whatever, it would have been completely on his foot. That wouldn't have been a foul, let alone a card, if he just stomped on his foot. Because everyone who's played football at any level or at any age, at any part of your life, if you're playing football, at least once or twice, someone's going to step on my feet. And it hurts. Don't get me wrong. But it's never a foul because it's normal. The fact that people think it's anything to compare to Romero, which was more of a lunge because the ball was kind of 50-50 between them. So both of them tried to challenge for it. Bro, he's not. I watched the replay a million times. He did not once look at him. He just knows someone's coming from behind. Let me shield the ball. and he just puts his foot down. That happens a million times in a game, but not once is it going to be given unless something stupid like that happens. And as you said, Terry, no one appealed for it. If the referee saw it in real life and thought nothing is wrong with it, and we had no idea why there was a VAR check, I laughed at it. I was doing a watch along. I was like, in a million years, that's not given. I was laughing. I was like, you're wasting my time. It's not going to get given. And it gets given. It's insane to me. And then the goal that they score, he does a basketball screen on the goalkeeper. If anyone watches basketball, that's a screen for you to stand in front of the goalkeeper like that, for him not to see the shot.
Yeah.
And as the one that you shared, it was 100% the same way.
Yeah. And there's also another still shot now that shows him past the goalkeeper's eye line. But when you look at the ball's already been shot. He's like, yes, he walked across him. Like in some respect, walking across something. To say that motion past your eyes isn't distracting is crazy. And now listen, both those decisions were crazy. I think everybody agrees with that. That's not being bitter.
What did you say? One more thing before I go.
Yes, sorry, mate. Go on.
I was going to move on to someone else because I do have a shoot in a little bit. I wanted to get the refereeing things out of the way, but now I got to also criticize this team for today. When we went down, first of all, we were up 2-0. And a lot of other teams would have still seen out this game. I think Ten Hag did nothing to regain the control of the game. Now, I understand the circumstances were hard. We lost a man, and the refereeing decisions were against us, and we're playing away from home. But I thought we should have somehow found a way to finish that first half at least up 2-1, not to go into that halftime talk with 2-2, because the minute they went in 2-2, it was going to favor Copenhagen, especially that they're the home team and they have the one-man advantage. I just want to call out a couple players. I don't want to ever hear any debates on Aaron Bissaka and Delo again, because both of them are absolute shit. That goal, by the way, that Delo was caught sleeping on the far post. I don't want you to forget how this whole thing started. That started with a hospital pass from Aaron Wan-Bissaka to Onana, where he passed it to him by like hip level, and we conceded that corner, and that started the goal. So it started with Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and it finished with Delo. And that just shows me how much of a mid-off that is. We probably have the worst two right backs in the league. I'm not even exaggerating at this point, because they're both outdoing each other. You made a mistake. Let me show you what I could do right now. Both of them are to be held responsible for that goal. And Varane, honestly, bro, I understand why now you're being benched, because the way he gave up the ball on the fourth goal, when Maguire passed it to his foot, it was a simple pass. Anyone here, all six of us right here, if you receive that pass, I promise you, you're controlling that ball from the first touch. The fact that he touched the ball jumped like that, and he had to clear it. He looked like a kid, let alone a 5-time or 4-time Champions League winner, with the way he tried to clear that ball and we conceded from it. It's absolutely embarrassing the way we conceded that goal because of Varane. Because to me, he sold that goal. And the fourth goal, as I said, Wan-Bissaka and Delo sold it. We deserve to lose just because of these incidents. But the rest, I think at the end of the day, listen, I could blame my team. And everyone knows I sit here and blame this team every time when I think someone is wrong. But I cannot blame the team for how we got screwed over this game, because we had probably the best start to any game we had all season. And I thought we were going to cruise past that. But the referees put us in that situation, and we had no response for it. So it's whatever way you want to look at it. I don't think we deserve to lose this game.
Sunshine, obviously a lot's been made of the red cards and the offside goals, penalties, etc. A lot of Man United fans, though, are still saying, yes, but we still bottled it. We still let up again. Is this another night that's on the manager and the way, he did nothing to get the team to come back together?
Don't matter what the manager does, in my opinion, in this game. They ain't got the mentality for it. We've gone long past being able to change tactics and get something out of these players, because they don't, in my honest opinion, they just don't have the mentality to brace these situations. And like I said to you last stream, Terry, when shit hits the fan and you're not good, you need to be. There's been moments in a game where you deserve some things, where you get rewarded, and there's so many things that are going against us this season when we don't even deserve it. Like, we're doing the right things and they're getting choked off left, right, and centre. Every flipping goal has got to go to VAR. Every goal has to go to VAR at the moment. That's how it literally feels. Like Johnny Evans had the fucking goal at the weekend. Like, it's just, it stinks. Like, we're not playing under footballing rules right now. So yes, we're performing shit, and we're not doing great right now. That's normal in football. But then, as part of football, from a footballing standpoint, bias aside, Manchester United are not operating or being operated on via the same fucking rules as everybody else. It's game after game after fucking game after game after game after game after fucking game. That's where the consistency is for me. It's just fucking bullshit. You know me of many people, Terry. I will sit here and I'll have hella conversations and be as objective as possible. Say United was shit. Yeah, Bruno was this. Onana was this. I'll be as balanced as anything. So for someone like me to sit here and go, what's the point in watching football because we're not operating on the same fucking rules? What's the point? I can't even enjoy the fucking game no more. Forget my team. I can't enjoy the game that I grew up loving. We're getting fucking shagged from literally one corner to another. When you fucking go past goal, yeah? You go past goal, collect fucking 200, you land on that fucking card, it sends you back to Palma with fucking 4 hotels on it. Fucking 3 steps backwards. And then you go past fucking goal again because you got a double, yeah? And then you fucking get that, what's it called?
We get sent to jail and
paid rent on all your properties and whatnot. That's United, bro.
Mate, listen, do you know what's really crazy about it? I want to ask you this question, and this could be me being a United fan in my feelings. But that referee gave their penalty so quickly. That man was faster than you saying about bang, whistle pointed, get away from me. When it was their one, the amount of times they looked at it, and I'm watching it again in my world, neither are penalties. But based on the one you've already given, you've got to give this because they're identical to each other, the proximity. But they were looking for any reason not to give our penalty. And for me, that's what I've noticed this season as well. When we concede a penalty, it's bang straight out. In the last game where we conceded the penalty, McTominay's foot's high, but he didn't touch the player. The player turned and jumped into him. It's like, that's not a foul. The player didn't need to do that. We've been robbed left, right, and centre.
Yeah? We've got three red cards in 4 Champions League games. Explain that to me. We've conceded a penalty in every single game.
Back what, 2-3 seasons ago, the Middlesbrough handball, from time they was trying to style that one out, I said, listen, it's going to be rigged. From that moment, I said, Man United got it in. Nowhere can you go and play basketball, take a fucking jump shot, and call it a fucking goal. Nowhere is that. That's not written in football laws. From that Middlesbrough game, I remember it. We had it last season with Martinez. We're having decisions that are literally should be favouring us based on the same decisions they're making for other teams. It's not happening. So how can I honestly, again, if something consistently happens, so for example, let's say Tenor's consistently dropping his left back. He's got a left back on the bench, but he's dropping in 5, 6, 7 games in a row. I've got to go to that and go, consistently, you're making these decisions. So I have to air it. We are consistently getting shagged by fucking VAR decisions and whatever. It has to be called out now. Because I can't sit here and go and look at the small, minute areas and go, oh, Hoyland could have finished this, or we could have held on till halftime. Yeah, these are all if, buts, and maybes. But the bigger part of it is, if the referees are against you already at kickoff, what's the point in having any hope and going, you can earn a result? And I use that word earn with the most specificness, like earn a result. Because if we don't earn it, I'm going to sit here and go, I don't think we earned it tonight, but we got the result. We can't earn nothing. We can't buy it for love the money.
Yeah.
I can't enjoy football.